In the heart of the savannah, a proud lion pride lay motionless, struck by a deadly disease. The mighty alpha, once a symbol of power, was on the brink of death. Can the team of rangers and veterinarians save them in time? Watch the dramatic rescue unfold and witness the incredible strength of nature's most majestic creatures. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button and join us on this unforgettable journey of survival and hope. As dawn broke over the dry, barren plains of the National Reserve, a deadly silence had descended over the pride of lions. Once a majestic force ruling over their domain with the unquestioned authority of the alpha lion, they were now a shadow of their former selves. The vast savannah, once teeming with the sounds of roaring lions and their thunderous footfalls, now lay still, save for the distant cry of a vulture circling overhead. It was a bleak sight. The pride scattered across the grass lay unmoving, their golden coats tinged with dust. The alpha lion, whose proud roar once echoed through the reserve, now lay limp on the ground. His once muscular body, a symbol of power and dominance, now appeared frail and exhausted. His eyes, normally filled with fierce determination, were glazed over with the shadow of death. The rangers had first noticed the change days earlier. Lions, who had once prowled the land with grace and strength, were now too weak to hunt, too feeble to defend themselves. The pride's majestic leader, the alpha, seemed to have lost his vitality overnight. His mighty frame now sagging on the earth spoke of a deeper affliction, an unseen enemy attacking from within. It was a quiet, insidious disease that had taken hold, babesiosis, spread by ticks. The disease attacked the lion's red blood cells, slowly draining their strength, causing fever and weakness, and ultimately, if left untreated, death. The pride had fallen victim to it. One by one, the lions had succumbed to its toll, leaving the alpha lion as the last stand against the creeping sickness. His breathing was shallow, his once proud posture now crumpled in exhaustion. He could no longer rise, his body betraying him with every breath. The pride's survival, once so assured, now hung by a fragile thread. Thandi, a seasoned veterinarian, had seen the disease before. She knew what was at stake. The alpha lion's survival would mean the survival of the entire pride. The rangers, equally grim, had no time to waste. The animals were fading fast. The team quickly arrived at the scene, their vehicles kicking up the dry earth as they drove into the heart of the reserve. With them were their most trusted equipment, blood transfusions for fluids, and an array of medications that might stave off the disease if they could act quickly enough. The alpha lion lay before them, too weak to even lift his head. His pride members, scattered and unconscious, were equally helpless. Some of the younger lions, still unmarked by age, had collapsed in places where they had been playing only hours before. Their youthful energy was now drained by the disease's grip. The situation was dire. Thandi knelt beside the alpha lion, her eyes narrowing as she examined his shallow breathing. She checked his gums, which were pale, nearly white. The disease was ravaging his system. She could see the fever in the shallow rise and fall of his chest. The familiar signs of babesiosis are unmistakable, Dr. Thandi said quietly to the team, her voice betraying a sense of urgency. His blood count must be dangerously low. We need to act fast. We can't afford to wait for him to show signs of improvement. We have to give him everything we've got. The rangers moved swiftly, setting up IVs, administering fluids to the lions, and preparing the blood transfusions. As Dr. Thandi gently applied a needle into the alpha lion's neck, she could feel the tremors in his body, a response, perhaps, to the stress or the cold reality of his impending demise. As the team worked, the rest of the pride lay still, their eyes closed, their once keen senses dulled by the poison coursing through their veins. One by one, the team treated each lion, each one too weak to protest. The treatment was no guarantee. Even with the best care, babesiosis was often a death sentence. Yet they pressed on, refusing to accept defeat. The alpha lion's condition remained precarious. His breathing was slower now, though he still showed no signs of responding. The team was at a crossroads. The medication and blood transfusions could slow the disease, but it would take more than medical intervention alone to ensure the pride's survival. We can't let them die, whispered one of the rangers, his eyes trained on the lifeless forms of the lions. If we lose the alpha, the entire pride could collapse. Focus on the pride as a whole, Dr. Thandi urged. We can't save one without saving the others. As the day wore on, the team continued to provide care to the pride, carefully monitoring the alpha lion's progress. His strength was returning in slow but steady increments. His pride members, though still weak, began to show signs of movement. The younger lions stirred from their unconscious states, lifting their heads and blinking against the harsh light. The alpha lion, now standing with greater ease, approached one of the weaker lions, a young female who had been almost lifeless earlier. Slowly, almost ceremoniously, he nuzzled her, offering a comforting gesture. It was a small moment of reassurance, but for the pride, it was everything. Their leader was back, and their hope for survival was restored. The Rangers and Dr. Thandi worked well into the afternoon, ensuring that every lion in the pride was stabilized. As dawn approached the next day, the Savannah seemed to breathe again. The alpha lion was not fully recovered. He was still frail, still weakened, but he had survived. And with him, the pride had a future once again. By morning, the pride had gathered on their usual resting grounds, their leaders sitting at the forefront. The lions, the weak, were no longer lying on the ground in a lifeless heap. They sat upright, their golden coats catching the light of the rising sun. The alpha lion, despite his frailty, had regained his stature as the king of the pride. His eyes, though tired, were filled with determination. The team watched from a distance, their work far from over. The alpha lion was still fragile, and the pride's recovery would take time. But in that moment, as they watched the pride settle back into their rhythm, there was a profound sense of relief. It had been a silent struggle, fought not with roars or fierce battles, but with medicine, skill, and determination. The pride's survival was a testament to the fragility and resilience of life in the wild. And for Dr. Thandi and the Rangers, it was a victory that would stay with them forever. What you've just witnessed is the raw, emotional battle for survival in the wild. A pride of lions fighting a deadly disease and the courageous team that stepped in to save them. It's a reminder of the fragile balance of life and the incredible strength it takes to survive. If this story moved you, like this video to show your support for wildlife conservation, and subscribe to our channel for more heart-pounding rescue stories. Every like and subscription helps us bring more amazing wildlife stories to life. Join us, and let's continue to share the beauty and struggles of the animal kingdom together.